So definitely smacked an electric pole with the land roller. So while I'm sitting here waiting on the power company, might as well do a live stream. What else am I going to do? I can't go anywhere. Can't do anything. Am I even on YouTube? I think I am. Everything looks different on me. Anyways, there we are. Yep. Smacked her pretty good. That wheel hanging out there, I definitely hooked a guy wire with it, and that yanked the pole down. Volunteer fire department, they came pretty quick, but waiting on the power company. I think I could probably pull out of here and be okay. I think that line's dead, but I guess I will wait so I'm not dead. Better safe than sorry. But we had just planted this bean field today, and I wanted to try to roll it because, well, this field always has a lot of foreign material in it. So I thought it would be a good idea just to smash it down with the roller. And yeah. Then that happened. I was actually just going to do this field. Today's Dax's birthday. I was going to do this field and then head back to the house and get ready for the party. Been at a baseball game. And I was like, well, I got about 2.5 hours before I got to get ready for the party. That's enough time to roll that. Turns out I should have just went to the house and had a beer. Probably would have been cheaper today. Yeah, definitely going to wait. Apparently I'm not a good pole dancer anymore. That's right. Yep, that is correct. Tell you what, she happened quick. I was watching the drum. Here, I'll flip around. I was watching that drum, and the drum missed the guide wire by a couple feet, but I didn't realize that tire had came down a little bit. It's supposed to be vertical, just like that one. And that one, it was not quite all the way vertical. I don't know if the remote timed out when I unfolded or what, but I was not paying attention to that. I was watching the drum, and yep, she hooked. And we made it about 2 feet before I just happened to see out of the corner of my eye the pole coming down. Yep, not exactly how I wanted to spend the Saturday. Anybody got any bets on how much this is going to cost? I'm guessing a few $1,000s. The power company's probably not going to do it cheap. Be my guess. Holiday weekend on a Saturday. Yeah. Yanked the line down off that pole there too. So I have to fix that. And I don't think it yanked it off the other pole. I can see it on the ground though by the other pole. Hello from Denmark. Depth perception, I guess. I think it had a little bit to do with dust too. It's very, very dusty. The roller's doing a great job. I mean, I do like the roller. This is just straight vertical tillage and pretty shallow, so it may be hard to tell here, but there's where it's been rolled and where it hasn't. And I do like the job it's doing. I mean, we're trying to run over as much ground with this roller as we can. We're definitely not getting all of it. As you can see, it's very dusty. The windows are absolutely filthy. But yes, the wheel did catch the guide wire. Pole looks pretty old. It is, and I'm sure they will charge me for the new pole. Around $4,000. That's kind of what I was guessing. If it's dead, it won't matter. Well, that line feeds that house, so it's going to matter. Are you finished planting? We are finished with corn, but we still have about 150 acres of beans. And unfortunately now, no one is getting any beans planted because the bean planter is right there. $10,000, I hope not. For you, nothing. I doubt they're going to do this for free. Yeah, I'd be shocked. I have several buddies who are linemen, and most of them said they weren't 100% sure, but somewhere between 5 and 10. Are the gauges going crazy in the tractor? Yeah. Yeah, nothing's happening. I never seen it arc either. We do have insurance. It's too bad the line isn't underground. That would be ideal. They actually charge you more to put in underground line. I only know this because I gave the power company, how much was that? I don't think how much I had in my underground service to my house. I mean, it was several thousands of dollars more than if I just went overhead, but I didn't want any more poles because of stuff like that. This one field has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 poles in it. 6 poles in a 60-acre field. It's fantastic. Now, one thing that didn't make much sense to me, which I'm not an electrical engineer, I don't design electric layouts, but that guide wire was going that direction for a pole that goes a different direction. Like they're just a straight shot over to this house. So Dad seemed to think that that's an old pole that used to feed a building over there. That's why the guide wire was pulling that way. I don't know. I told him don't have to worry about that guide wire anymore because it is gone. It's actually right there around that tire. But hopefully we get out of here sometime soon. If it's your land, they're renting the space from you. They actually have a, what is it, electric ones have? An easement? So, I don't know if that'll work out. Six pole, short one now. Yes, I was counting that pole in the 6. But anyways, been spending more time in the old 8400 than I have in a good while. It's been kind of different. Everyone always asks about how many hours it has. There you go, 3323. So we've rolled probably 400 acres so far with it. We didn't get everything. It's been kind of a mad scramble to get stuff in, and sometimes we're a little short on people, so. Yep, but I wish the old air conditioner in this tractor was a little bit more potent. It's not the greatest AC. Now it's not super hot today. I think it's 85. It's very sunny though. It's a powerful sun day. How squishy? I'd have to ask Dad. Dad feeds the cat every day. The cat's still around, but he's got several friends moving in. I like Squishy and I like Dog. I don't like the other cats. Whenever we got the shop there, we started putting we got a dumpster service. And it was probably the first week we had that dumpster. Dad went to open the dumpster and a cat jumped out in his face and scared the crap out of him. And I thought that was going to be the end of all the cats, but they're still around. I broke off a pole carrying a telephone line years ago with a module truck, cotton gin. Wasn't charged because they inspected the pole and it was rotten and about to fall anyways. Well, this one, they're probably going to tell me it would have decades of service left, but it's not exactly a fresh pole. I think it's kind of old. I mean, we got a lot of cracking, a lot of weathering. They'll probably tell me that pole would have easily lasted another 30 years. See. We will see. Like I said, I have lots of buddies that work for the power company. I don't dislike everybody that works at the power company, but I got a feeling that the person that's going to charge me for this will not be the most easy to deal with. How are the Midland radios doing? So, full disclosure, Midland sends me radios. They don't pay me, but I haven't bought a Midland radio since 2018. But that said, I mean, if they quit giving them to me today, I would still be buying them. Haven't really had much bad experience with them. Some of the very first ones, and these would have been the ones that I bought back in 18, they're kind of starting to, we've replaced a few of those now, but I mean, shoot, that was 5 years ago. So they've lasted way longer than our CBs used to last, and Oddly enough, we don't have one in here. I think this is the only tractor outside of like the little Sassy Massey that doesn't have a Midland in it. Hope you don't find a deer shed in a tire this year, bud. Yeah, that was actually the last time that happened was right about here. It's in this field. I was planting beans last summer, or no, 2 years ago, in that Challenger, and we we unbolted that tire right about where our big hydro door is. There used to be like a grade right there where it's dropped off pretty quickly, and eased out there, unbolted the tire, and went on. I see a bucket truck. Is it the right bucket truck? It is the wrong bucket truck. I believe that's the cable company. So wire laying on the roller? I don't think so, but I really can't see. I can see the wire, right? Man, you can't see anything through that. Let's see where's the rear wiper? Here, that's better. The wire is right behind the roller. I can't tell if it's laying on the back of it or not. Dad came over and kind of inspected it. He seemed to think that I could probably pull out of it. But I think that guide wire that's wrapped around that tire right there will pull into the power line, so I'm not moving. I am just going to hang tight. Looking forward to seeing how the new combine and header work out for you. Me too. So we're definitely less than a month away from finding out. So, oh, maybe that might have been the power company. They are going down the neighbor's driveway to get to that pole. So we might be getting out of here sometime soon. Now, when they get here, I will have to end the stream. I might have to as soon as Dad might call me here soon. I might have to hop off here. But yeah, I'm really hoping that everything goes smooth. I'll be honest, I'm nervous. I think the Ideal Combine, whenever I've ran them and they've ran right, that it was a very impressive machine. I've not ran one newer than like a 2021. So I've talked to a lot of people that have them. They've had good luck with later model ones. So yeah, I'm hoping everything works out well. But yeah, find out here soon. That, the 50-foot Honeybee, that should be interesting. It's a big hit. Cats catching mice. No, they seem to catch a lot of birds, though. Our electric co-op put in underground without charging us, but that's in Wisconsin. Yeah, that's awesome. Around here, they wouldn't do that. Do farmers need a CDL? They do not. How can you farm with a dirty tractor? I know. Turn a negative into a positive. Ask the power company to reroute and replace and remove the pole. So, over by the hoop barn, let's see if we can see. Do you see all those poles? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 poles within they're within that 100-foot span of that hoop barn. I asked them to reroute those when we were building the shop, and they said that would cost me $6,500. I said that's ridiculous, and then I agreed to do it, and Dad told them to pound sand. We were not paying $6,500. So what I'm saying is they will not reroute this, I bet. They will put it right here. If anything, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, oh, we need to put another pole there. That line's getting some sag in it. I almost guarantee you they'll want to put another pole there. Your Deutz looks sharp with wide tires. I got a Fent, bud. Never drove a Deutz. Send power company a bill for downtime. Yeah. It's all we can do to get them to pay damages when they have to drive through the cornfield. How about you donate some money to the Browns for this pole? Oh, you're talking about people in this chat. That would be awesome. If anyone would like to send a super chat, that would be cool. Don't expect it, though. A lot of material going through a 50-foot head. That is correct. Say happy birthday to my friend David Waits. Happy birthday, David. You have the same birthday as my son Dax. You forgot to install the pole filter on the roller. I did. Yep. Your headliner's looking a little tired. That's because we ended up taking it out a long time ago. It started sagging, and to be honest, I used to be worried I was going to get in it one day and there's going to be a mouse in that headliner sagging on top of my head. So yeah, we took it all the way out. We do have a new headliner kit. Probably put that in next winter. Probably should have done it last winter, but we didn't. Can you smell the paper mill from there? So if you're not familiar, Chillicothe has a paper mill. That's where Kayla's father, my father-in-law, is helping us now. He actually just retired from there. Don't smell the paper mill nearly as bad as we used to. In fact, our farm here, we call it the depot because it used to be a storage depot. Like, that's what all those buildings used to be for the paper company. After the Navy owned this and used it as a munitions plant, they sold it to Mead Paper in Chillicothe. How do you like the new planter? I commented a few videos back, and if you bought the new planter, would you buy a Deere? So the new planter, or the Massey planter, that is a demo machine. I don't believe we will be buying it. That said, the planter performed flawlessly. There's no real gripes with that planter. It's just corn is not super profitable at the moment. So I don't think upgrading our planter is really in our budget this year. I hope they let me run it next year. I really enjoyed it. The precision meters, they did fantastic. Did have a couple setting issues, but that was my fault once I got that straightened out. Like the last probably 1,000 acres of corn planted beautifully. Most of it's out of the ground now. I did just finish corn Thursday, so not everything's out of the ground, but basically it seemed like we would plant in like 3 or 4 day intervals, and then we'd get rained out for a week, and then 3 or 4 day intervals, and then get rained out for a week. So most of the corn is out of the ground, and it looks fantastic. Someone said they dropped a super chat, but if you did, I don't see it. Like I said, YouTube has updated and it looks a little different now. Also, I have the phone up and down instead of side to side. Maybe that's why. Can't believe y'all got rid of the gleaner. So, nothing wrong with our gleaner combine that we had. We wanted something with more capacity. We wanted to be able to go down to one combine. 2 combines was great, but not great enough to justify keeping 2. The Lexion was getting pretty tired. In fact, last harvest, we really did not harvest much with that combine because we were having slight issues with it. The gleaner pretty much did all the harvesting last fall. So, yeah, that's kind of why we did that. It was just, do we want to continue trying to maintain 2 combines and really not have enough people to take full advantage of that, or do we want to go to one big combine? That was the decision we made. I know someone's going to say, well, when that combine goes down, you're done. Well, like I said, the Lexion was pretty much down most of the year last year anyways. And there's a 10-year span in between my uncle passing away and me buying a combine where we only ran 1 Lexion combine. And we did fine. Oddly enough, 1 combine, 2 combines, we always got done right around Thanksgiving. So I figure we'll probably still get done right around Thanksgiving. Hey Brian, how's it going? Glad you are in the fields. We out for basically 5 weeks now. Yeah, we've missed several rains. In fact, this year's been too wet, too dry, too wet, too dry. But I'm hoping we don't make a pattern of that. It's been supposed to rain every day since Wednesday. Like, I didn't think we would finish corn because I thought I was going to get rained out Wednesday night, and I didn't. Where's your laborer to yell at? Well, I've been yelling at myself, calling myself pretty dumb for this little mishap for about 30 minutes before I start talking to you guys. Might be able to get out of here pretty soon. It's a good sign. Oh, there's a super chat. $5. Thank you, Ranger Sewer. Did you ever get the podcast with Kate Stover edited? I did, and I have it, and I still haven't released it for some reason, but it's over a year old now. I'm probably still going to release it just because Kate is an awesome kid. Really liked spending some time with him. He actually got drafted to the Texans, so him and CJ Strauss will be playing together. CJ, he spoke very highly of him when we were doing our podcast. By that time, CJ had already been drafted. So I texted him the day of he got drafted, and I was like, hey, man, super happy for you. Can't wait to see you on Sunday. So, yeah. He is a great example of a farm kid striving in an area where there's not, or thriving in an area where there's not a lot of farm kids. So I'm not a huge NFL fan. Like, I don't watch a lot of games like my brother does, but I'm a huge fan of his, and I will watch him when I get the chance. Well, back to work. Hope things go well. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Did Ohio Ag give up their AGCO franchise? So, I've been starting to get this question quite a bit. I found out last week that they did, but I didn't want to spread a bunch of rumors. I've heard nothing but rumors all week. But yes, our AGCO dealer, as of the 1st of next year, will not be our AGCO dealer anymore. That presents a problem for us. I don't really know what we're going to do yet. Like I said, I'm nervous about our combine. That made me extremely nervous. Like, I'm very nervous that we have this ideal combine and we're losing our dealer. So we should find out here pretty soon who's going to be our dealer. Like, I think the announcement's supposed to be made in about a month who the new dealer for our area will be. I really hope my service guy stays with whoever the new dealer is. I trust him quite a bit, and he's been awesome since he started working for Ohio Ag. If he doesn't stay, we're gonna have some choices to make. Now, we're kind of stuck with that combine for a while. We just bought it. I mean, we would take a bath on it right now if we got rid of it. So I hope everything pans out. I'm not getting super excited till we figure out who the dealer is and whatnot. But one thing we do have to consider, our Challenger, that one right over there, it actually goes back this winter. So in December, that thing goes off lease, and that's going to be the question. What are we going to do? We're not getting worked up about it because we don't know who the dealer's going to be, but when we figure that out, yeah, we'll have a decision to make. I really, really like my Fendt tractor. I would really like to keep a Fendt tractor. That said, if circumstances dictate it, the John Deere tractors I've ran, I really like them. The Case tractors I've ran, I also like them. So pretty much everybody makes a pretty good quality tractor. The Massey tractor I ran, I like it. The only problem is our Fendt dealer is also our Massey dealer. So yeah. I'm genuinely shocked you didn't go with a Claas. So now that our AGCO dealers leave, they're also our Claas dealer, and they've dropped Claas too. Basically, Ohio Ag is just getting out of Ag. That is Ohio Cat, and then Ohio Ag is their Ag division. They're just dropping the Ag lines completely. So if we had a Claas, we'd really be screwed, because there are AGCO dealers around, and I think one of them will probably pick up our territory, is my guess. No one has told me this. This is just Brian thinking out loud, which is probably a bad idea. But our Claas dealer, now there is no Claas dealer other than forage. There's a forage dealer. They're actually our JCB dealer. They don't carry the combines. I don't know if they're going to be the combine dealer, but I feel like if we just bought a brand new Claas combine, we'd be more up creek without a paddle than we are with the Fendt combine right now, as far as service. How's the wheat crop looking? Our wheat looks amazing. I think we're going to have some good wheat, but probably about a month out and we'll find out. So guys, I'm probably going to have to get off here real soon. I can see Lineman walking down through here. House update. House is done. In fact, we just poured a concrete pad in the backyard for the party we're having in 45 minutes. What's your thought process on rolling beans? I don't really want to roll standing ones in large scale. I mean, I might try it, but I think that as long as we don't get a hard pounding rain and crust these things over and they come out of the ground all right, it's going to be a lot more easy to harvest. That's my thought. And David from the USA, you, sir, are a douche canoe, and you will be banned now. Goodbye. RIP Jay Leno. I had not heard about that. But anyways, folks, I'm going to have to jump off here and talk to Mr. Power Lineman guy. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will let you know what the bill is on this sometime in a upcoming video. Wouldn't you know, this is the one day I didn't even bring a camera because I was just coming out for a couple hours. I was going to knock this field out and head to the house. So thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully there'll be a video out tonight. I don't know how much this is going to delay me, though.